Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a 3-part review of the new Nars Velvet Matte Skin Tint with SPF 30. What I'm going to do for this video is I am going to split it up between 3 days of wear. The first day that I'm going to try this foundation out, I'm going to try it with no primer and a foundation brush. The second day, I'm going to use it with a beauty blender, and then the third day, I'm going to use it with my preferred method of application, and I'm going to use a primer and I'm going to set it. That way we can see what the product does on its own and how it applies with a brush and with a beauty blender, and I can give you guys my full review after wearing it for 3 days in a row. So just a little bit about the foundation. It comes in 12 shades. It is oil-free. It is supposed to provide an all-day wear. It's supposed to be effortless and easy to apply, and it's said to have a couple of long-term benefits as well. So I picked up mine in the shade Medium 1 St. Moritz. And this is what the packaging looks like right here. It is in a squeezy tube. The packaging is nice and not matte like their other packaging. It has a matte effect, but it's not going to give you those fingerprints as easily as the other packaging is. It's still, I think, a silicone bottle. I like that in the back on the sticker of the bottle you can kind of see what the color is going to be, which is nice. And I also do appreciate that it is a squeezy tube because it keeps the foundation sanitary. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this today for day 1 with the Sigma F84 angled kabuki brush. I want to see how it blends out with the brush, and I'm also going to find out if a little goes a long way or if you really have to build up the foundation. So I'm just going to take a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm going to take just about that much, and I think that's going to be way too much actually. And I'm going to take a little bit on my brush, and I'm just going to take it on the bottom of my face. So first thing is I noticed that this foundation does have a pretty strong smell. It's not a bad smell, but if you are sensitive to scents, you might not like this. I am pretty sensitive to smells when they smell chemically, and this one doesn't, so I'm thinking that I'll be okay. But it's really soft. I should probably get a mirror in front of me. It's applying really smoothly, and it's actually a pretty good color match. I like that this color has a bit of a yellow undertone, so it's good for my skin tone. So a little bit goes a long way with this foundation. So I'm kind of picking up some on the back of my hand and kind of tapping it on the back of my hand, so I'm not picking up too much on the brush, and I'm kind of pushing it and pulling it on my skin. Okay, so that is one light layer just all over my face, and I'm just gonna build it up a little bit right in the center of my face by my nose area. And see, maybe my chin too. There's this little whole section, the whole middle section of my face. It's very interesting. I don't think that it's giving a super matte finish to my skin. I think that it's giving more of a natural finish to the skin. It's not dewy, definitely not dewy, but it's definitely not matte. There is still a little bit of a glow to my skin, which I like. So in the area that I did build it up, it did start to get a little cakey looking, but I'm wondering if tomorrow when I use a beauty blender, if that will still happen, because I feel like a brush doesn't do the best job of picking up excess products on the skin, but a beauty blender does a great job. So I wonder if tomorrow it'll do a better job of building up. Okay, so far so good. My pores are pretty much erased. They're completely smoothed out. You can't see them. I love that. My skin is looking very, very airbrushed and just perfect looking. It looks like I have been like photoshopped. My skin is just completely smooth and it looks really, really good. The foundation feels sticky and tacky to the touch, and it is pulling off a little bit, but I'm wondering if it will set within the next couple of minutes. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup. I'm not going to be setting this foundation with any powder. I'm just going to set anywhere that I do put concealer, and obviously if I'm using powder as a blush or a bronzer, those areas will be set technically because I'm putting a powder on top. And then I'm going to check back in with you towards the end of the day when I'm ready to wash it off, and then I'll be back tomorrow. I don't want to check in with you guys too many times throughout the day each day, because then this video will be way too long since it's going to be spread out between 3 days. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back. So here is a quick close-up of just the foundation on my skin with no other products on top. This is with the brush application. Okay guys, so I just finished doing my makeup and I actually am very happy with how this foundation is looking. All the products that I went to go put on top of it really worked very well with this foundation. I didn't have any problems with it skipping even though I didn't set the foundation. It still feels a little bit tacky, but definitely way less than it did before, and it's not transferring. I'm thinking that in another 10 minutes it will fully set and it won't feel tacky at all. But I also feel like if I do run over it with a loose powder, just a very light layer, that won't be a problem at all. But like I said, I want to see how this product does on its own, so I'm not going to set it today. Okay, so it is currently 4 p.m. and I applied the foundation at around 10 a.m. So it has been around, what, 6 hours? And it did a pretty great job of holding up on my skin. I did get a little bit oily around my nose area, but that's expected because my nose area is very oily. If you guys are new to my channel, I have a very oily T-zone. So I feel like if I had set that with powder, it would have lasted a bit longer. But what I did do was I took a napkin, just like a Starbucks napkin that I had in my glove compartment, and I used it to kind of pat the area, and it absorbed a lot of that oil without disrupting the foundation, which I really liked. I actually just finished a workout and I'm about to go shower. That's why I'm checking in with you now, because I'm going to be washing my makeup off. It held up pretty well. I'm very impressed by it. I like how it looks on the skin. It really looks very natural. It's not too matte, so far I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm really excited to try it again tomorrow with a beauty blender, so we shall see how that goes. Okay guys, so it is day 2 of trying out this foundation. Today I'm going to be using a primer underneath it. This is the Cover FX mattifying primer, and I'm going to be using it with a beauty blender, and I am not going to be setting it with powder, but I am going to be using concealer and I'll be setting that. I want to see how this foundation looks as just a very natural foundation with no bronzer, no blush, no highlighter, no nothing, just kind of the foundation, concealer, and that's it, for a very quick, easy application for day-to-day wear. So first thing that I'm going to do is take a little bit of this primer and I'm going to be putting it in my problem areas. So you guys know that my T-zone gets very oily, so I'm going to be putting this just in the center of my face where my foundation starts to break up the fastest. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking my damp beauty blender and the foundation, and I'm just going to put a little bit on the butt of it, and I'm just going to kind of tap the foundation on different areas of my face, and I think that I put way too much actually, but we'll just blend it out and see if this absorbs a lot of the excess. So I'm just going to start very lightly blending this out and kind of spreading the foundation out. So the beauty blender is blending out this foundation super easily. It's way easier than blending it out with the brush, and it is still giving me great coverage, but it is also picking up all the excess product. Okay, so now I'm just going to be applying a bit of concealer. I have been trying out the Inglot concealer. I just have a little bit of a sample of it. This is in the shade 97. And it's the one in that little squeezy tube, and I'm just going to be taking a little bit on a brush right into the hollows of my eyes where I have the most darkness, a little bit just down the bridge of my nose. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend that out with a Luxie 512 small contouring brush. I love this brush for buffing out my concealer. I just discovered it the other day, and I have not been able to blend out my concealer with anything else. So now that that is all blended out, I'm just going to be taking my Kat Von D contour kit, mixing these two shades on a Sigma F35, and I'm just setting the concealer. I'm not going to be setting anywhere else on my face. Okay, so that is all I'm going to be doing for my makeup today. I already have my brows on and I put a little bit of a balm onto my lips, but I'm not adding any bronzer or anything like that. I'm not even going to put on mascara. I really just want to see how this foundation looks just as like a natural face, and I think that it looks very good. It doesn't look like I'm wearing foundation. It just looks like my skin is, you know, perfect pretty much. So this is just a quick close-up of what the foundation looks like on its own. Alright guys, so it is day 3 of trying out the foundation, and today I'm going to be priming with the NYX Angel Veil Primer, going in with the foundation using a beauty blender to apply it, and then I'm going to be doing a complete full face of makeup, probably not doing eyeshadow, but I'm going to be setting everything with powder. I'm going to wear it for the rest of the day. I'm going to check back in with you and see how it does with both a primer and a powder, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this foundation. But spoiler alert, so far I'm loving it. So this is a close-up of the foundation with a primer and a setting powder. Okay guys, so this is the last and final check-in and complete and finish review. I absolutely love this foundation. I think it's going to be great for those of you who have normal, combination, and oily skin. If you are dry, I would recommend moisturizing first because it is a matte finish foundation. Not too matte, but it might be a little bit dry for you. I love how this foundation is on its own with the primer, with the powder. All the products that I put on top of it have laid down beautifully. I really like how it kind of blurs the skin. So that is it. That is everything that I have to say. If you guys have any questions about the foundation that I didn't address or cover, then let me know in the comments section below. If you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, then please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.